It's time for our daily dose of cope. And we have lowly leopard here with this face. And this face is saying, did we own the libs yet? And the answer is no, because they can barely afford to rent or lease a lib at this particular juncture because these tariffs are kicking people's butts. Anyways, let's jump into some of these stories. Now, we know what Leon Scum did when he came in with Doge, coming in with his chainsaw, cutting people's jobs, and just really dismantling the country. He came in and started stealing all of our information, and he really tanked the reputation of Tesla because Leon Scum and Tesla are inextricable. They're tied together. So what we're seeing right now, their profits fell short. Let's look at this article real quick. Tesla reported record third quarter revenue that beat Wall Street estimates on Wednesday, driven by the highest quarterly sales of its electric vehicles as U.S. buyers rushed to lock in a key tax credit ahead of its expiry last month. However, Tesla's profits failed to live up to analysts' expectations, in part due to tariff and research costs, as well as a drop in income from regulatory credits that are expected to continue to fade away with recent legislation passed by the Trump administration. Tesla's $1.45 trillion valuation largely reflects investor bets on CEO Elon Musk's pivot to robotics and AI, but vehicle sales remain key to the financial stability of the company while those products are being developed. Shares of the Austin, Texas-based company were down 4% in extended trading. Demand for Tesla vehicles and those of its rivals are also expected to drop through the rest of the year without the tax credits that have been a key driver of EV sales. So we're going to see what happens with the rest of the year because this valuation is based on sales. So it's going to be interesting to watch. Let's do some of these, how it started, how it's going. So this says the do your own research MAGA rubes are now in the find out phase of their FAFO journey. Back in early November, Barbara Streisand said, every one of your votes counts. You have a choice to choose goodness over evil, kindness over cruelty, honesty over lies, love over hate, Kamala Harris over Donald Trump, freedom over fascism. And then none of your business says we did choose goodness over evil, Donald Trump. Then Roland Rocky right here saying, with Helene, NOAA, and National Weather Service provides life-saving data, making it freely accessible to vulnerable communities. Trump and Project 2025 removes these public safeguards disproportionately on minority communities, increasing their environment risk. And then none of your business says, first of all, learn how to research. Project 2025 has nothing to do with Trump. And that person, none of your business, said that September 2024, because Donald Trump said he has nothing to do with Project 2025, but he's already halfway pushed through legislation that reflects Project 2025. So here's Donald Trump, October 14th, pushing his son's book, which I'm totally sure that Donald Trump has read. So none of your business said on October 21st, saying, I voted for you 3 times, but just saw your video where you said groceries and energy is way down. And that's not true at all. Us hardworking Americans are struggling bad and we are drowning. But this is what you voted for. So you picked Donald Trump over good or whatever. October 3rd, none of your business says, can you not see that we are drowning out here on electric and grocery bills? Probably not, because you're a billionaire and live in a different world than we do. Grocery stores are raising their prices on purpose to go against Trump. What? Don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on with electric in North Carolina. These people really think that Donald Trump was going to do something about groceries because he is just so all about the people and everything. Diana went over to Donald Trump's page, looks like on Facebook. She says, I pray it happens soon. Please stop taxing Social Security. Some of us still need to work to make the house payment and other bills. I know we financially take care of every politician out there, and you cannot understand real people who vote for you. I hold on to my investments for the day I can no longer work. Some of us are divorced, widowed, single. We need you to protect us financially. Stop taxing seniors because elderly MAGA, poor MAGA, fixed income MAGA, they voted for him, But these people do not matter because they don't have any money. So they're screwed. I don't know what they were thinking, but this is where we are right now. This person, Find Lovely Days, is pissed at Donald Trump. So we got this book again. So Find Lovely Days says, nobody wants your book, but we do want our food stamps. I voted for you 3 times. Supposedly you were going to do great things for us. And now we're not going to be able to eat this month. You need to be gone. This is ridiculous. So Find Lovely Days want some of that socialism. They want some of these social safety nets that Republicans keep snatching. It's going to be interesting to see how the Republicans scramble to make this work because they know that their own constituents are going to be hurt by this stuff. Fine Lovely Day is still commenting on another Under Siege post saying, who cares about your son's effing book? We all were loyal and voted for you and stood up for you. And now you can't even control anything to do with the people. And we're all going to starve. No stimulus check and no food stamps. Not my president anymore. Find Lovely Days is pissed. I talked about Dinesh D'Souza yesterday, but this post from December 2025 really made me chuckle because this caption. So Dinesh says, there are good and bad Indians. I'm obviously one of the good ones. I am. I suspect this Syrian guy is too. On the other hand, these 2 Indians pictured below were an intrinsic part of the censorship regime on social media. I wish we could deport them. It's amazing how these immigrants come in and want to pick and choose the other immigrants that stay. He says, but I'm obviously one of the good ones. I talked about this post yesterday from Dinesh. He says, in a career spanning 40 years, I have never encountered this type of rhetoric. The right never used to talk like this. So who on our side has legitimized this type of vile degradation? It's a question worth thinking about. This person named Ribbert says, you're Indian, you made nothing, you are nothing and devoid of creation. Your ilk has been a race of slaves for hundreds of years, and even after being given a chance, you prove what worth you are, devoid of actual thought. Your existence causes me disgust. Dang, Ribbert came for Dinesh D'Souza that bad. Man, Target has really jacked up its brand and jacked up its money the way it stripped away its DEI program. This article just dropped. Target is laying off about 1,000 corporate employees and cutting another 800 open roles. Target is laying off around 1,000 corporate employees and cutting another 800 open roles, the company said Thursday. The company said in a memo to staff that the roles being cut accounted for about 8% of its global headquarters team. Michael Fedelke, Target's COO and incoming CEO, said in a memo that the changes were intended to help the company move faster and simplify workflows. The truth is, the complexity we've created over time has been holding us back. That's the problem, the complexity. Too many layers and overlapping work have slowed decisions, making it harder to bring ideas to life. Fidelke said the company was asking all employees at its U.S. headquarters to work from home next week as the changes are implemented, and that details about the cuts would be announced on Tuesday. Target said leadership roles at the company were affected at 3 times the rate of individual contributors. Those affected will be notified on Tuesday, and the company has asked U.S. employees to work from home. An employee who wished to remain anonymous because they were not authorized to speak with the media at Target headquarters told Business Insider they first got wind of the potential cuts early on Thursday after the owner of a car service in Minneapolis posted a TikTok about rumors of layoffs, and it started going viral. That is how they found out. This is a mess. It is a mess of their own doing. And finally, I'm going to end with this Threads post from this person named Chandler Perry. He says, well, since SNAP benefits are going to be paused, that affects my mom's ability to get Thanksgiving items for Thanksgiving dinner. Does anyone know where we could get a turkey? Thanks a lot, you scumbag Democrats. What I think is Chandler Perry should probably just buy his mother's Thanksgiving turkey and all of the sides, because he just needs to go to work and he and his mother needs to find some bootstraps. Totally Hannah says, scumbag Democrats, you are a Republican and you can't afford a turkey? Zion Zero says, wait, you're a Republican whose family relies on SNAP? You voted for this. Republicans don't even want SNAP to be a thing. Thought your party despises freeloaders. We told you people this would happen. It was an open book test and you still voted against your mother's Thanksgiving. P.S. How about you buy your mother a turkey? No F's Left says, he probably can't even find his way out of his mom's basement. Rainbow in the Dark in the middle says, hey, I was raised by Republicans. I think I've got a ready-made answer for this. Let me dig through that file of thought-terminating cliches my Republican parents gave me growing up. Ah, here we go. Tell your mom to get a job. Sharby responds saying, delightful. Someone posted one of Chandler Perry's old posts from back in February in the thread saying to someone, haha, then you can go do more than me in your own effing country, you clown. Go ask your Mexican government for their assistance. I hope you get deported or your assistance from our government gets cut off. You say you work harder than me? Then go work that hard and not expect our government to give you money that you can, as you say clearly, go work hard for, you effing clown. So what I'm going to go ahead and say to Chandler Perry is, go work hard, you effing clown. These people thought that they were stripping benefits from people when they are literally stripping benefits from other poor MAGA, because these red states are taker states and a lot of their own people are on food stamps. These people are getting what they voted for. All right, y'all, let me know what you think about all.
Now, I just want to go over my notes real quick. We are still in the middle of a government shutdown. Correct. They will not be issuing SNAP benefits next month, and it is the holiday season. Millions will go hungry. Correct. Meanwhile, they are expanding the White House for this ballroom no one asked for. Correct. There's an AI video of the president dukeying on protesters. Right. They are arresting black women, indicting them for buying homes. Meanwhile, another 300,000 lost their jobs. Okay, And right here, I have in my notes that there are leaders in the church shaming people for giving $1,200 instead of $2,000 in this economy where rent is high and wages are low. Is that what is happening right now? Do we have time for this? When the Voting Acts Right, Section 2 is up to be gutted by the Supreme Court, who has also been paid off by whomever, and they're just letting everybody run amok. That's correct. They're waging war on American citizens in American cities. All of this is happening, and I gave you $1,200, and you're going to shame me in front of my son. Okay, I don't have time.